What's up, guys? Tanner here. Um, this video is going to be about the third gen Cummins water pumps. Um, I recently had mine go out about 173,000 miles. Um, I guess that's about what they do. I think my father's also went out about that mileage. He's got almost 350,000 now. He's done two water pumps. But that's the thing about these water pumps. The water pump, when they go, if they're not seeping out the weep hole, which is a telltale sign, that's how you can replace the water pump before it'll actually go, so you don't screw anything up. The tensioner on his truck had gone out, and that's what took the water pump the second time. Because I guess as it went out, the belt took the bearing or took the pulley, something like that. That's what he said. The dealer said, but who knows? But I had mine. I was driving to work and getting off the freeway. No power steering, and I was like, "Oh crap!" Staring at my edge monitor and seeing the temp rise real quick. Was able to coast into the parking lot and park it. Look under there, kind of, under the hood. Checking bearings, checking pulleys. I mean, feel the water pump one, kind of, definitely some resistance. And that was it. So the thing about these new Cummins water pumps, a lot of people I've seen are saying the steel thin ones are the ones to get because the cheaper ones have plastic fins. That is true. But when I went to the dealer and I was waiting for my ride, because I got it towed over there, I didn't have time to do it myself. I should have just said screw it and done it, but I didn't have time to do it myself that week. Yeah, I just needed the truck back, so water under the bridge, literally. But I checked with the parts counter at the dealer, and I said, "You guys have water pumps for my 0759," and so goes in the back, checks it out, pulls out a Cummins box, and I said, "Okay, it's a Cummins water pump." As far as these go, we all know, as far as attached stuff like that, thermostat, water pump. I'm trying to think what else, but I know those are the two main ones. You want to get that Cummins brand. They're gonna seal on the block better. As far as the thermostat goes, it's going to, for some reason, the thermostats for the off-brand, not the off-brand, the aftermarket thermostats like the Murray brand or the Duralast or Napa Gold or whatever, they just don't work for the Cummins. I see a lot of comments on people saying I replaced the thermostat and blah blah blah. It's running warm now, or it's not doing this, not doing that. And a lot of people are like, "Did you replace it with a Cummins water pump or a Cummins thermostat?" They said no. They went and got the Murray one, or they got the Duralast or whatever. And those are fine for other vehicles. As far as the Cummins go, you gotta stick with the Cummins parts. Of course, it comes with a higher price tag, but you want your shit to work right. Now, on to the fin question. The steel fins, because I went in there checking to make sure it was a steel fin one, because that was what I've always known to be, the correct one, the right one. And they pull out the pump, and it's plastic. I guess it says it's composite. The composite is, I guess, what everything's going to now. Considering it was by Cummins, made in the USA, all that good stuff, I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna say, okay, it's Cummins. That's fine. I guess we'll see. But it's a Cummins. It's an actual Cummins genuine part. So I'm happy. I was happy with that. So it's like, okay, I guess that's just what they've done. I'm sure they've done their R&D and made sure that it was gonna work. As far as ones not to get, I've seen ones online that are like $30 and they're like all cast iron or something. I'm sure it's heavy duty, but I don't want cast iron in my cooling system. I'll leave that to the imagination. You guys can surely understand why, corrosion and whatnot. But as far as as far as that goes, if you guys got these higher mileage trucks, and I mean, I know 200,000 miles isn't even that much for a truck, but like I said, mine's at 170. But if you got one that's, between 150 and 200 and you haven't done the water pump yourself, check it. Check it. Check that. See if there's, a little bit of coolant seeping from the weep hole on that water pump. And if it is, then that means that it's, the way I believe that to work is it's the bearing, and when the race on the bearing starts to go, it allows the coolant to flow just a little bit out of a hole, letting you know water pump bearing is on its way out. If I'm wrong about that, somebody hit me up in the comments, tell me how it is. From what I know, that's the basic idea of it. But to answer the big question, if you get a Cummins water pump and the fins are not metal, they're a composite or a plastic, you do have the right pump. You do have all that. That's just, I guess that's just what they're going to now. They're not making the stainless steel ones anymore, or whatever kind of metal it was. So no big deal. Like I said, make sure it's a Cummins part, make sure it's in the Cummins box, make sure, and you can usually tell, and that's why I said, don't even go to the dealer if you don't. Dealer has what the Mopar recommendation is, the manufacturer recommendation, because they're running off the Cummins specs, which is good. But if you don't want the dealer price, because I think that pump, before my service advisor gave me a little discount, I think that pump was almost $600. I only spent $800 for the job, but they knocked price off the water pump, they knocked price off the belt, they knocked down, an hour of labor, which is almost $200 an hour now. So, I mean, if you guys don't mind, take it down to the dealer, just make sure they're putting good parts in it. But other than that, that's really it. And like I said, make sure, because that belt will shred. And when my belt shredded, it cracked my, as the fan's going around, and it's going around all the pulleys still before it, as it shredded, it cracked the power steering reservoir. So I just threw some RTV on that, just because I haven't planned on doing that just yet, and the dealer wanted like $250 just for the reservoir itself, and another like 3 hours of labor. So I was like, I'm not spending another $800 just to have that done. That's silly. But if you guys are thinking that, pull your belt off. It's super easy. Get a half inch breaker bar or long handle, undo that tensioner, pull that belt off, and just start feeling the pulley on the water pump. And if you got any like or whatever in it at all, just replace it. It's like 2 bolts. Longest part of that is just refilling the coolant system and get on all the air bubbles out. But I'd say it's worth it, in considering that it'll save you being stuck on the side of the road. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please hit the comment section. I get back to anybody that I can. And I hope that answers a lot of questions for people out there. And if not, tell me something I missed. Tell me something I can expand on, and I'll be happy to do it. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.